Hello everyone, happy Friday. I am so excited to be able to introduce Barbara, let me see if I get this name correctly, Barbara Tejada Roux-Levrat, who's going to be coming to us on Sunday to talk about some of her expertise. The really cool thing about Barbara is that she is let me just read her credentials here. She is Europe's #1 expert in helping women become kick-ass. So if you are a woman and you're looking on details on how to become more kick-ass than you already are, then you definitely need to tune in with us on Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time so that she can share all of the great tips that she has for all of you that she shares with her clients. So whenever I look for people that are going to be on my Facebook Live, which is also my YouTube channel and my podcast, I'm always looking for people who are leaders in the industry. I'm looking for people that are really the movers and shakers, that really know what they're talking about, because I want you to have the best information that you can possibly use to create your best life. So I always like to bring on people that really are excited and knowledgeable and have a lot of really great things to share. So hopefully we can get her on right now to come and introduce herself to you guys. Whoever is on right now, make sure you say hi so I know you're on. If you've got any questions, you can also ask me some questions here. But yeah, so Barbara's going to be coming on in a few minutes to introduce herself, let everyone know a little bit about who she is and what she's going to be doing. It's actually really cool because Barbara was looking into joining one of my private groups, and I saw all of her great credentials, and I was like, hey, I think that we need to do an interview. And so we started talking to each other, and the really cool thing about Barbara is that we both speak French. So it ended up being a really cool conversation for, a good long time where we were just speaking in French and sharing some of our background that we have of how we got to the place that we're here now. Hi, Vicky. It's so interesting meeting people from all over the world who have such similar stories, and people that have been able to take that information, take that story to be able to help other people. And it's just such a breath of fresh air to be able to see that light, to be able to let people share that light and shed that light for other people so that they can see that they're not trapped in darkness and that they really can make their best life possible. And that how many of us have been stuck in that place, feeling so alone, feeling like there's no possibility for change, and then how we really can turn it around. Which is actually interesting because in my private group, for those of you who are not members of my private group, Codependency and Healing Support Group, I would strongly recommend joining. It's a really great interactive community. For those of you who are not part of that group and you're looking for knowledge on how to create your best life after a toxic relationship, then join that. Tonight, I'm going to be actually doing a free webinar talking about the stories that we tell ourselves about why we don't leave, why we stay in these toxic relationships. And age is one of the biggest concerns that I hear from people all the time. I'm too old. I can't change. Nothing's ever going to get better for me. And the reality is that as long as we're alive and we have air in our lungs and movement in our bodies, we are able to make changes. Today is a perfect opportunity to create the change that you're looking for. So I don't care if you're 20 years old, 30 years old, 50 years old, 80 years old. I don't even, whatever age you are, it's really just a number, and it's really about growth. And staying the same is really falling backwards. So if you are in a place where you are making excuses for staying in a toxic environment, and you're feeling like it's draining you and just not allowing you to live your best life, then definitely tune in tonight on my page, Codependency and Healing Support Group, and we're going to talk all about all those limiting beliefs that we have surrounding age and any other limiting beliefs that keep us trapped in the feeling of, I can't make anything better. It's just going to always be this way. It's never going to get any better. And those are the stories that we tell ourselves over and over and over again. So hopefully you can make it then. Again, I'm not sure why I don't actually see. I see that there are 2 people on, but I don't see anybody interacting, so I don't know who else is on other than Vicky. But if you are watching, just give us a little hello. If you're Vicky, if you are Barbara, just give us a little hello. Say, hi, Rabina. Just a little hello so that I know you're on, and I might be able to actually add you on depending on what type of device that you are using. So If you're there, make sure you say hello. The interview again with Barbara is going to be on Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hi, Rabina. So, does anybody have any questions for me as I wait for Barbara to come on? I see there's more and more people coming on. Are there any questions that anyone has for me? I have a few minutes to share whatever question, or to answer whatever questions, share whatever knowledge I can impart with you. I know there's normally a little bit of a delay, so if there's any questions, feel free to ask. And if I can't ask here, I can go back and answer later, or I can answer them also in the live tonight or in the live on Sunday. So feel free to ask whatever questions that you have. Yes, you have, Rabina. You have been exchanging posts with me recently, so it's been nice to be able to work with you a little bit and help you on your journey and move forward a little bit. It sounds like you're feeling stuck in your, unhealthy relationship. One of the things that happens a lot, I should say, is that we feel stuck and we're not thinking about how we can get out, that there's possibilities to get out. And our mind is what got us to this place. Our way of thinking is what got us to this place. So surrounding yourself with other people and having the right support team that are looking to help you improve and be supportive of you and help you change your mindset, your way of thinking, is really important. So, I've had clients in some of my past groups that kind of did the same thing as what you did, Rabina, where they go back and forth about going back into the past relationship. It is very common for that to happen. So if you are in that situation and you're looking for more help and you haven't been able to figure it out on your own, I would strongly recommend sending me a message about our next 6-week transformational group, because that's going to be something that's really helpful for you to make those changes. Because the next one's actually starting in 2 weeks. So definitely, Rabina, definitely recommend that. Vicky, struggling on your own, learning to like your own company. Well, definitely, Vicky, I would recommend coming on tonight and watching the Facebook live in the Codependency and Healing group. And I know for sure that Barbara's going to have some great stuff on Sunday to share with you as well. So make sure you tune in on Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to ask questions. Haha, hello.
Hello, Stephanie. Oh my God, finally I made it.
Yeah. Yes. And see, and you're even more beautiful in real life than you are, on your picture on Facebook.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, so maybe to just give people a little bit of a heads up, I was telling them how you're #1 expert, and you and I have some kind of similar background and stories, and how we ended up getting to speak French, a little while when we started talking. I would love for you to share some of your insight about what it is that you do, and we'll do it for a few minutes, but maybe a little bit about you and what you're going to share, and get everyone excited about Sunday.
Okay, sure. So a little bit about me. So I grew up in Latin America, and as you know, there's a lot of chauvinism there, and I think this is a breeding ground for codependency. So there's a lot of female codependency, unfortunately. And so this led me to marry a Frenchman, and I was in a toxic relationship for 20 years. And finally, yeah, through help, coaching, reading, learning, right, becoming aware, healing traumas, then I was able to heal my codependency and manifest a wonderful man. And it's funny because when I decided, I'm over with this. I don't want to fight anymore for this marriage. I said, that's it. I close this chapter of my life. And then, you know what, Stephanie, I really asked God, I want now a man who is super sweet, who treats me as his equal, right? Who makes all decisions with me, and who actually cares about me, who is caring. And some people don't believe me, but 3 months later, I manifested this person. This person just came into my life like that. So so it is really in my heart of hearts to help women all over the world that are suffering. I tell them codependency is dangerous. I mean, it really literally kills people, right? So it's not a joking matter. And it's something that is in our subconscious. And so when things are in our subconscious, we really need somebody on the outside to help bring it to our conscious level.
Mhm.
And so, yes, I've been helping women for now almost 10 years, and it's my absolute passion, and I love it, and I really want to love more women all over the world. And you realize, Stephanie, it's like, think about it, like in Latin America, in Africa, in Asia, in the Middle East, I mean, women are oppressed in all those places. And even right, and even in the US
Yep.
or Europe,
Hmm.
right, a lot of people then are codependent and are also being oppressed, and the majority of those are women. So there's a lot to do.
There's a lot, and and it's just interesting because the more, like, when I started sharing my story, there was more and more people that came out of the woodworks, people I would have never guessed in a million years, that ended up telling me the abuse that they had suffered and codependency and how it had kept them trapped in these toxic relationships. And I was like, really? I thought I was the only person. Like, when you're in it, you feel like nobody else understands and you're the only one dealing with it.
True, so true. I know, and I have people coming to me and saying like, God, but I would have never thought that you were in such a relationship, right? Because that's also what codependents do, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are so used to putting a brave face and showing the whole world that we're fine, right? And we always keep to ourselves our suffering.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's so important to then to bring this topic to the mainstream, right? So that people feel more and more comfortable and they can recognize themselves, right? For a long time, I had no idea that's what I was, right? I
Yeah.
had no idea what was wrong with me, right? So it was like, oh my God, opening my eyes and realizing this is what's going on, and this is why this is never going to work out. This relationship is never going to work out.
Yep. And
So I love what you're doing.
Well, and I think, one of the things that's really what I found with my clients is it tends to be the strong, beautiful, independent women that are the ones with these men or in these relationships that are treating them badly. And what I've come to find, it really seems, and this was definitely the case for me and what I've seen with my clients, it's these people that are insecure, and instead of saying, I'm going to try to rise up to be where my significant other is, and they're going to say, I'm going to try to break them down and make them feel bad. And because us as the strong, independent women, we're like, wait, that doesn't really make sense. Let me help them, bring them to where they are. But instead, it's like a lead weight that just brings us down and drowns us. And we just get sucked into this crazy way of thinking because it's not healthy. So we get so confused because we want to help and make things better, but that's not what's happening on the other side.
Absolutely. And you're totally right. I often think that, like, my gosh, it's always these beautiful women with a big heart that end up in these relationships. But you're so right. I remember because we always think, no, this person, my partner needs love, and my love is going to cure him of everything. So we're just there giving more love. And the worse they act, the more love we think we have to give to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, and that's the conclusion that we all need to reach, is that we cannot save anybody.
Yep.
It's if the person doesn't want to be saved, it doesn't matter the amount of love you give them, you won't save them. And actually it's the opposite, right, Stephanie? I tell people it's dangerous because actually what we end up doing is spoiling them, right? So it's like a kid who misbehaves, then you go and shower him or her with presents, so the kid continues to misbehave.
Yep.
So
Yep. They can.
right, it's like such a vicious circle.
Yep. They can never grow because we don't allow them to fall. And then it just keeps being this vicious cycle. And this is so awesome because I just want to keep talking to you, but I want to make sure, not that, because we could talk about this for days.
Is that true?
This is such great stuff. So I really, for those of you who are tuning in, make sure that on Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you come to Being Loved Shouldn't Hurt right here on this page. And we're going to have a good hour of all sorts of great information because this is it's so easy to, with Barbara, when you have similar backgrounds and interests, it's like, ooh, we could talk about all this really good stuff. So come with questions, come with whatever things that you're concerned about. We will answer everything that we possibly can. And, our job and our mission in life is to help inspire and help you get better and make your life the best one yet. So please take advantage of our knowledge and, start using it. Come and take notes too. That'll be really helpful.
Yeah, absolutely, Stephanie. And I just want to add, since I am based in Switzerland, so for the people in Switzerland, is at 8:30 p.m. on Sunday night. So I hope to see a lot of you there.
Excellent. Thank you, everybody who tuned in. We just jumped on and figured we would test it out and let everyone know what we're doing on Sunday. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and tune in for the full version of this really exciting interview on Sunday, 2:30 p.m. And you said 8:30 p.m. for Swiss time. Okay.
That's right.
They're good on Sunday.
Okay, great. Looking forward to it. Bye-bye, everybody.